Hi guys, how are you today? So I found this question, this guy asking for decal rotation, and this post is old actually, and this guy is using component render for using decal, but we have now decal render separately. So I have covered both in this video. You can see here in the left one, I have component render decal that is rotating, and I have actual decal render that is rotating inside the Niagara. So both are inside the Niagara. So let's check it out how I did that, and you can find this file on my Patreon for free. So let's start this. In this empty folder, I'll just create a new material for decal and decal test. And I'll just take a random image in this. So maybe I'll just take a logo. Let's take Unreal Engine logo, although I have my own. So I'll just take this here, make this deferred decal translucent, and I'll connect this in the opacity. And for the color, I'll just take the red color so it will be visible properly and just connect in both. Okay. So we have basically this decal. Let it save. And we can just drag it into the viewport like this. And this is the decal. But this is directly applying in the viewport, but we can use it inside the Niagara. So basically, this guy using component render, this post is from the last year, 2023, but we have now decal render separately, but I will clear both component render and also decal render separate. So both things, in both cases, how we can rotate our decal initially and update that like over time. So effects, I will call this decal component renderer. The first we will see in the component render, that was the old version. So I'll just take a fountain emitter. You can take anyone. I just like it. So I'll just delete all these things and I'll just have one particle that will spawn once and here live forever. So we will have just a single particle. Instead of particle, we need a decal. So I'll just delete this and take we have this decal render, but we will take this one. Okay, first, and in here, you can just find a decal component. After this, you need to choose, sorry, here, the material. So this material, I'll just use it here. And if you just drag this into the viewport, what will happen? So you have this missed rotation. So if you go to the transform here, we have these location connected with the particle position and we have scale connected with the particle scale, but rotation is not connected. So if I just make it smaller, this window here, make some space and I can make some space. So basically if you put 90 here in the Y, yeah. So it's taking the rotation and now our decal is like visible properly. So you can also connect it here. So basically what you can do in the update, I'll just make a vector. I'll just make this new and then I'll take the vector. Let's call it, you can rename this, name F2. You can call it rod decal. So this is rod decal and in here, I'll just connect it with rod decal. Although you have other parameters also that you can use. So after connecting this rod decal, you have this, and I guess uh, it's taking it. Yeah, now it's taking X, okay, because it's changing from like quaternion to vector. I guess that's why it's doing. But yeah, you have this, and if you want to rotate it, you can also do so. Let's say you have this, and let me check how you can rotate this. So basically, if you want to rotate it, what you can do, just take the Initial mesh orientation, you can also take this and you can connect this with the mesh orientation, initial particle rotation and mesh orientation. And now again, you have this. And now instead of this random, you can choose here. Let me check. Yeah. Why? Now I will take this update orientation and it's rotating. Because we are using mesh orientation, that's why it's taking initial rotation and also update. And you can just make this negative or positive or whatever you want to do. So this is the first case. In this, we are using component render for decal, and we have initial rotation and we have updating rotation. Now the second case is I'll just duplicate this, and this is FX Decal Renderer. In this case, delete these and delete this and take the Decal Renderer. And in this one, let's choose this material here and I'll drag this here. So there's a decal, rotation is right, but this is very small. So first thing, if you go here in the bindings, the size is connected with decal size. So here you can just take this new parameter, type here decal, and there will be a size. This is vector 3. You can make it float, and if you want the scale uniform, like now I can make it 50. What just happened? Yeah, it's taking size. I'll just make it 500. Okay, so this is the size. Now comes to the rotation. I want to rotate this. So there's some options you can find here. There's the initial decal rotate orientation, and also if you find here, there's a decal orientation. You can both use. So I'll just delete this because we have already this decal initial orientation. And after using this, there are lots of options. You can just make it none if you want. And it's there. And I guess you can rotate it like this. Okay, so I have just rotated 90-degree. And if you now want to update this, you just have to, if you find the update orientation, it will not work because see, in the initial decal rotation, there's a decal in the coordinates. So, but this is what it's writing decal orientation. That means you can just take that decal orientation also. If you take this, it will give you this facing and side direction, but you cannot update it. See? So you can rotate this, but it will not update properly. So what you will do, you can just delete this. Okay. And in here, I guess we can use the, if I'll take the update match orientation and in the decal, we can just use the mesh orientation. And now in the update, it's working weirdly. So what you have to do first, I'll just turn this off, initial mesh orientation. And now in here, it's rotating, but we have to also fix the initial mesh orientation. So I'll just take the initial mesh orientation, make this none. Uh, Let me just turn off the update mesh orientation first and set this. Yeah, this is working fine. Now in the update mesh orientation, we just need to change the axis and it's working. So what I did, I just used the mesh orientation, initial mesh orientation. This is the direction I am using. In update, this is the value I'm using. And in both case, it's rotating. So I think that's clear to you. I hope this video is helpful for you. Thanks for watching. Keep learning and bye-bye.